Flamingos are highly gregarious birds. Flocks numbering in the hundreds may be seen in long, curving flight formations and in wading groups along the shore. On some of East Africa's large lakes, more than 1 million lesser flamingos, Phoeniconias minor, gather during the breeding season. In flight, flamingos present a striking and beautiful sight, with legs and neck stretched out straight, looking like white and rosy crosses with black arms. No less interesting is the flock at rest, with their long necks twisted or coiled upon the body in any conceivable position. Flamingos are often seen standing on one leg. Various reasons for this habit have been suggested, such as regulation of body temperature, conservation of energy, or merely to dry out the legs.
The nest is a truncated cone of muddy clay piled up a few inches in a shallow lagoon. Both parents share the month-long incubation of the 1 or 2 chalky white eggs that are laid in the hollow of the cone. Downy white young leave the nest in 2 or 3 days and are fed by regurgitation of partly digested food by the adults. Subadults are whitish, acquiring the pink plumage with age. To feed, flamingos tramp the shallows, head down and bill underwater, stirring up organic matter with their webbed feet. They eat various types of food, including diatoms, algae, blue-green algae, and invertebrates such as minute mollusks and crustaceans. While the head swings from side to side, food is strained from the muddy water with small complex structures inside the bill. The bird's pink color comes from its food, which contains carotenoid pigments. The diet of flamingos kept in zoos is sometimes supplemented with food coloring to keep their plumage from fading. Mandarin duck. The mandarin, widely regarded as the world's most beautiful duck, is a native of China and Japan. The drake mandarin's stunning plumage has long made it an artist's favorite, and it is widely depicted in Oriental art. The first mandarins were imported to Britain in the mid-18th century, but it wasn't until the 1930s that escapes from wildfowl collections started breeding here. The first birds to escape did so from Alfred Esri's collection at Foxwarren Park, near Cobham in Surrey, and this area remains one of the strongholds of mandarins in England. Mandarins favor small wooded ponds and avoid lakes or large bodies of open water. They are extremely maneuverable flyers, able to fly through trees with remarkable agility. They frequently perch in trees, while the female invariably chooses a hole or cavity in a tree trunk in which to lay her eggs. Lack of natural nest sites and competition from jackdaws and squirrels limits population expansion, but they will readily adopt suitable nest boxes. After hatching, the ducklings jump to the ground. Their fluffy down and lightweight ensures that injuries are unusual. Once the mother has gathered her brood, she leads them straight to water.
Pigeons and doves are in the order Columbiformes and family Columbidae. There are 5 subfamilies within Columbidae, 42 genera and 308 species. They are easily recognizable and have a worldwide distribution, although they are not found in Antarctica. They live in almost all types of terrestrial habitats from desert to dense forest and large urban areas. Pigeons and doves are stocky birds that range from 15 to 75 centimeters long. Many of the seed-eating columbids are buff, gray and brown colors, while the fruit eaters are often more brightly colored. Many have ornamentation and iridescent feathers on the neck, breast, back, wings and face. They range from solitary to extremely social. The now extinct passenger pigeons, Ectopus migratorius, are reported to have occurred in flocks of up to 2 million birds that were so dense that they blocked out the sun. Geographic range. Pigeons and doves are a cosmopolitan family, although they are not found in Antarctica or the high Arctic. The highest diversity of columbids occurs in South America, Australasia and the Pacific Islands. Some species, for example, rock doves, Columbolivia, have been introduced throughout much of their range. Habitat. Columbids are found in almost all terrestrial habitats from temperate areas to the tropics including, lowland rainforest, highland forest, tropical deciduous forest, riparian forest, boreal forest, savanna, desert, cliff, chaparral, coral.
Oh my god, look at that one, that's funny. Hey guys! Do you want some? Hey guys. Whoa, the pictures! A couple. The pictures are amazing!
Some down there. This one.
Chicken nugget!
Size and shape belted kingfishers are socky, large-headed birds with a shaggy crest on the top and back of the head and a straight, thick, pointed bill. Their legs are short and their tails are medium length and square-tipped. Color pattern: these kingfishers are blue-gray above with fine, white spotting on the wings and tail. The underparts are white with a broad, blue breast band. Females also have a broad rusty band on their bellies. Juveniles show irregular rusty spotting in the breast band. Behavior-belted kingfishers spend much of their time perched alone along the edges of streams, lakes, and estuaries, searching for small fish. They also fly quickly up and down rivers and shorelines, giving loud rattling calls. They hunt either by plunging directly from a perch, or by hovering over the water, bill downward, before diving after a fish they've spotted. Habitat: kingfishers live near streams, rivers, ponds, lakes, and estuaries. They nest in burrows that they dig into soft earthen banks, usually adjacent to or directly over water. Kingfishers spend winters in areas where the water doesn't freeze so that they have continual access to their aquatic foods. Thanks for watching.
The blue jay, Cyanocyta cristata, is a passerine bird in the family Corvidae, native to eastern North America. It lives in most of the eastern and central United States. Some eastern populations may be migratory. Resident populations are also in Newfoundland, Canada. Breeding populations are found across southern Canada. The blue jay measures 22 to 30 centimeters, 9 to 12 in, from bill to tail, and weighs 70 to 100 grams, 2.5 to 3.5 ounces, with a wingspan of 34 to 43 centimeters, 13 to 17 in.
13 Fun Facts about owls unravel a bit of the mystery shrouding these amazing birds of prey. Owls are intriguing birds that easily capture the attention and curiosity of birders. Owls are intriguing birds that easily capture the attention and curiosity of birders. These facts may help clear up a bit of their mystery and reveal what a hoot owls really are. Many owl species have asymmetrical ears. When located at different heights on the owl's head, their ears are able to pinpoint the location of sounds in multiple dimensions. Ready, aim, strike. The eyes of an owl are not true eyeballs. Their tube-shaped eyes are completely immobile, providing binocular vision which fully focuses on their prey and boosts depth perception. Owls can rotate their necks 270 degrees. A blood pooling system collects blood to power their brains and eyes when neck movement cuts off circulation. A group of owls is called a parliament. This originates from C.S. Lewis' description of a meeting of owls in the Chronicles of Narnia. Owls hunt other owls. Great horned owls are the top predator of the smaller barred owl. In fact, owls are insanely good hunters. Check out this video to learn why. The tiniest owl in the world is the elf owl, which is 5 to 6 inches tall and weighs about 1.5 ounces. The largest North American owl, in appearance, is the great gray owl, which is up to 32
This is gonna be
inches
good
tall.
for the movie.
The
Yeah.
northern hawk owl
Little
can
part,
detect,
yeah.
primarily by
Yeah,
sight,
yeah, we
a
can
volt
put
to
that.
eat up
That'll
to
be
a half
good.
a mile away.
Northern saw-whet owls can travel long distances over large bodies of water. One showed up 70 miles from shore near Montauk, New York. Not all owls hoot. Barn owls make hissing sounds, the eastern screech owl whinnies like a horse, and saw-whet owls sound like, well, an old whetstone sharpening a saw. Hence the name. Owls are zygodactyl, which means their feet have 2 forward-facing toes and 2 backward-facing toes. Unlike most other zygodactyl birds, however, owls can pivot one of their back toes forward to help them grip and walk.
10 facts about hummingbirds. 1. They are the smallest migrating bird. They don't migrate in flocks like other species, and they typically travel alone for up to 500 miles at a time. 2. The name, hummingbird, comes from the humming noise their wings make as they beat so fast. 3. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards. 4. Hummingbirds have no sense of smell. While they can't sniff out feeders, they do have good color vision. Some birds like the ruby-throated hummingbird prefer orange or red flowers. 5. The average weight of a hummingbird is less than a nickel. 6. Their tiny legs are only used for perching and moving sideways while perched. They can't walk or hop. 7. Hummingbirds drink the nectar found in feeders by moving their tongue in and out.
8. The average number of eggs laid by female hummingbirds is only 2. These eggs have been found in nests smaller than a $1/2 and compare in size to a jelly bean or a coffee bean. Some species, like the black-chinned hummingbird, make their nests with plant down, spider silk, and other natural resources that can expand as their babies grow after hatching. 9. A flock of hummingbirds can be referred to as a bouquet, a glittering, a hover, a shimmer, or a tune. 10. There are over 330 species of hummingbirds in North and South America. Common species in the U.S. include Rufous hummingbird. These birds are found along the western half of the U.S., ranging from Alaska all the way south to Mexico depending on the season and their migration. Their orange color can be spotted in flowers and at backyard feeders, but only for a short time as this bird is usually on the move. Anna's hummingbird, typically found along the western coast of the U.S. These birds are easy to attract to backyards with nectar or by looking in spring blossoming trees and flowers. Calliope hummingbird. There are bright magenta feathers on this little bird. They can be found across the western half of the U.S. into both Canada and Mexico. This is the smallest known bird in the U.S. with a weight similar to a ping-pong ball. Broad-tailed hummingbird, found in the high mountain meadow areas, they are known for rose magenta throats on the males. Ruby-throated hummingbird. These green and red birds are found across the eastern half of the U.S. and ranging from Canada to Mexico during migration. This species is attracted to hummingbird feeders or tubular flowers.